Good afternoon, Boston. Thank you for taking some time out of your afternoon to join us. We are super excited to be here today. I'm personally super excited. I'm originally from Canada, and there's two things I like. One is hockey. There's lots of that in Boston. The second thing is 3 seasons in 1 week, which we've had this week. So thanks for coming out. As you probably gathered by the video, we're here today to talk about the Marketing Cloud, and particularly about the dawn of the digital marketer. I've got some colleagues with me. In the next 35, 40 minutes or so, we're going to take you through some customer stories, maybe some laughs, maybe some cheers, maybe some tears, hopefully no tears, and we'll dig in. So before I do that, if you've been to a Salesforce event, you know this slide. If you want to read it in depth, you can go on salesforce.com. I'm sure you all do. But essentially what this says is that my presentation may have some forward-looking statements, and any decisions you make on the purchase of software should be based on current functionality. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's dig in. Who went to the keynote this morning with Keith? Awesome. So much fun. And I think that one, great band. Two, great special guests. But three, I love the message and the story around how the whole world is changing to a connected digital world. So if you spend time at Salesforce events, you hear that a lot. And you hear how things like cloud, social, mobile, data science, and the Internet of Things is dramatically changing how companies and customers connect. What we're going to spend this next time talking about is how this is impacting marketing, and it's really impacting marketing for one really big thing, that the customer is now completely in control. We know this. I had a personal experience in the last little while. I just did a renovation in my house, first time in 12 years. And I think of the last time I did a renovation, how my wife and I, when we chose things, we'd go to the big box store, we were presented what we could buy, the information that we were able to get came in the form of a salesperson or maybe a shop assistant, and that was pretty much it. This last renovation that we just did was all about us making the choices of what we would buy. We planned it on Pinterest, we did research online, we did product reviews, we bought our things in different places, sometimes in person, sometimes online, and we created our whole personal customer experience based on what we wanted. And what we're seeing is that's happening everywhere in business. Customers are choosing their own journey. This is the biggest shift in marketing that we've seen in a generation. They're choosing what channels they want to engage with us on, where they want to engage with us on email, social, mobile, or in person. They want to choose when they get to do that. They're not going to follow our path and our funnel. And what they won't do anymore is they won't be put into a segment or a stereotype of who they are and what they want. We don't get to choose what we say to them. They get to choose that. That's a really exciting thing. What this has caused, though, is it causes a situation where it's like, really, what is sales, service, and marketing? And the lines of CRM are starting to blur. I think of another personal example. If you can tell by the way I talk, I drink a lot of coffee. And I get my coffee pods delivered to my home. I'm a big fan of Nestle and Nespresso. And if I think of my experience with that brand, my first experience with that brand was in retail, when I purchased the device. My second experience is when I registered and signed up. And now I get regular shipments of coffee to my home based upon my buying patterns and based upon when I want it. So when you think about that, you go, what is that? It's got a bit of sales in there. It's got a bit of service in there. It certainly has some marketing. And because of that, companies that want to meet their customers in that have to look at CRM in an entirely different way and not in the silos of sales, marketing, customer service, but really looking at it on the case of becoming a customer company. So if you've been to our keynote and you've been to Salesforce events, you've heard a lot about becoming a customer company. We're going to spend today talking about this pillar of the customer company, and that's building one-to-one journeys. This is what the Marketing Cloud is all about. We look at one-to-one journeys not just being a marketing activity, but touching every part of our customers, and this is where our customers want to go, and this is where their customers want them to meet them. So let's unpack it a bit. Let's dig in a little bit to the Marketing Cloud and understand what's in the Marketing Cloud, and then we'll finish up with some cool stories about customers who are doing some really interesting things. So if you pull it back a little and start thinking about sort of what we're trying to achieve with the Marketing Cloud with our customers and what we're doing for our customers, really gets into 4 big things. These are what our customers are trying to achieve with the Marketing Cloud and getting success. The first one is unifying data. So if you think about it as a marketer, I'm a 15-year marketer, and the one thing I had historically was lots and lots of data. I had email data, I had web data, I had purchase data, I had customer data, I had all this stuff, but it all lived in all kinds of different places. And if I wanted to get a picture of it, maybe I had to work with somebody in my IT organization, maybe I had to cobble it all together by myself. But in the Marketing Cloud, we bring that all together on a single platform that helps me understand my customers better, but then look for opportunities to engage my customers based on data and based on how they want me to engage with them. The second piece of the Marketing Cloud that we're achieving with our customers is around creating personalized journeys. The word there is personalized. With the Marketing Cloud, they're able to look at that customer data, understand that I, Rob Begg, is the kind of person who wants to engage on social channels first, that I'm in the middle of a renovation, and I want to be able to build those assets and those triggers and everything in behind the scenes that I can engage with me as a customer in a meaningful way. Once I've unified that data and I understand who that customer is, I've built the conditions and the assets and all those things into very personalized journeys to meet them. Now I want to engage them on the platforms they choose. So with the Marketing Cloud, we really look at it as being cross-channel. Marketers today rarely talk in the terms of, I just do this on email, I just do this on social, I just do this on web. They talk about it in cross-channel, and the Marketing Cloud helps them beat that. And then the last one is analyze everything. The term data-driven marketer gets tossed around a lot. I'm really lucky in my job. I get to meet marketers every day. And I have not met a marketer who's not data-driven in a very, very long time, because they're really concerned about understanding what's working, what's not working, and how do I make it better. So that's what the Marketing Cloud is achieving and what we help our customers achieve. Here's what the Marketing Cloud is. So we're breaking it down and sort of digging in to what the pieces are behind the Marketing Cloud. So if you look at the center of the Marketing Cloud is Journey Builder. This is the engine that manages all those tactical and specific parts of the journeys, which piece of content, which offer, those things at once, but also the strategic and macro parts of journeys. How do I visualize that? How do I plan my journeys with my teams and with my company to meet customers in this new set? Around Journey Builder are studios and builders. Think of builders like infrastructure. These are the things that work cross-channel. These are the things that keep all your information in one place, that help you do amazing things with your customers. And think of studios as the workspaces and the canvases that marketers are using to create great campaigns. So let's just take a quick little stop around the wheel. I'm going to start at the bottom with the builders, and we're going to work our way around. Audience Builder, this is the home for the single view of the customer. So this is where all that email data, web data, social data, offline and offline data, online data come together to give you that picture of a customer so that you can create those one-to-one customer journeys for them. From there, you go to Personalization Builder. Personalization Builder is the engine and the intelligence that looks at that data. It looks at the data that says that this is the stage that you're at, this is what you're trying to achieve in your life, these are the things you like, don't like, have purchased before, and how can I take that data and do meaningful things with it that, one, present a better customer experience to you, but for me as a marketer, helps me get better results. So that's the second builder. The next one is Content Builder. If you think of all the people in marketing departments, whether you're a small marketing department or a large marketing department, it's probably not just one person. So there's many people who want to be able to use assets, whether it's HTML for emails, maybe it's images, maybe it's a great piece of creative that's worked before in a campaign, and you want to keep it in one place so that everybody, whether they're doing it on social, email, or mobile, they're able to have access to it. That's what we do with Content Builder. And then last builder is Analytics Builder. Pretty straightforward, makes a lot of sense. This is the platform that helps you build out those reports and those analytics that help you figure out what the return is on your marketing activities. Going across the top at Studios, Email Studio, again, pretty obvious, but Email Studio at Salesforce in the Marketing Cloud is super easy to use. Customers can choose to whether do it just with drag and drop and without knowing HTML, or create hyper custom campaigns all within one application, all connected to the data and the customer information below. The second one is Mobile Studio. Lots of our customers do mobile campaigns, but not just SMS, also MMS, push, and increasingly things like broadcast to SMS. And they want to be able to do that using the same assets and the same information from before. At the top is Social Studio. There's some ones that seem really, that you think of social, about broadcast, about being able to publish and engage, but that's also social listening. So not only are they engaging with their customers on channels, but they're pulling data in to help better understand it. And then Advertising Studio. A big piece of our journey with a customer, we'll talk about this in detail when we start going through some customer stories, is how advertising ties into that journey so that customer gets a complete experience with you. And then last but not least is Web Studio. Web Studio is part of Marketing Cloud where you create compelling assets such as landing pages and offers that is part of your customer's journey. So that's the Marketing Cloud. Those are the pieces that make it up. But customer journeys are more than marketing. So right now, we spend a lot of time on marketing, but I started this by saying journeys cross sales, marketing, and service. This is why Marketing Cloud is fully integrated with the rest of the customer success platform. So if you think about that, right? My example of my experience with a company like Nestle, what is that? What kind of a journey is it? And how do I, as a company, make those things happen? So by integrating the Marketing Cloud with the rest of the customer success platform, you really start getting these use cases that just make sense. One of my favorite use cases that customers are doing is around pausing outbound marketing email for customers that have service cases. Like when you think about that, that makes sense. Why would you ask someone to buy more of something when they currently are in a cycle with someone in support or in service looking to solve a problem with what they already bought for you? So that's just one use case of it. It's fully integrated. So for those of you who are Salesforce pros, things like customs objects and standard objects all exist between them. The data is synced between the clouds so that what's happening in sales, service, and marketing is all connected together with a single view of the customer. So enough talking, enough me. It's Salesforce, so you want to take a look at the product. I'd like to invite Sarah Carver up to show you a bit around the Marketing Cloud. Sarah, over to you.
Thanks, Rob. Hi, everyone. So as Rob mentioned, I want to now actually get live into the Marketing Cloud and show you what that looks like. So we're going to dig in. And this is the Marketing Cloud live. Not sure how many have had a chance to check it out before. But you can see across the top, there's all those best-in-class studios that Rob was talking about. Email, social, mobile, advertising, web. We have our builders, audience builder, journey builder, our content builder, personalization, and audience builder. And I want to stop and dig into audience builder for a second, because what I want to talk about is what Rob just mentioned, the idea of all of that information about your customer in one place, that 360 view of the customer. So here in our contact builder, you can see we have all this information about our customers, things like past purchase history, how we're marketing with them, a lot of content and information. We can also see we have Service Cloud information as part of this contact as well. So if we dig in, then we can see what cases this customer might have had in the past, things that they've purchased in the past, and different ways that they've interacted with our brand in the past, so the case history. So this is really powerful for marketers, because this means it can really change the way we're communicating with our customers and marketing journeys. So now that you can see all of this great data on our customers, let me show you in Journey Builder how we put that into action and start having one-to-one journeys with these customers. So the first part of Journey Builder is called Journey Maps. And I like to call it, it's like a giant digital whiteboard. So if there's any marketers in the room, I think we've all stood in front of the whiteboard and mapped out our campaigns, our marketing ideas. But what you can do with Journey Map is actually build that live in the product and then put them into action. So it takes out that extra step of a whiteboard. And you can see our customers think about their customer marketing efforts in life cycle stages. So they're thinking about how they can acquire new customers, how they can onboard them and get them engaged, how they can continue to keep them engaged, as well as then there's that Service Cloud piece that I mentioned, customer service engagement, and how do we service those customers to make sure that they're happy, long-time, loyal customers. So I want to show you a couple of journeys that we've created here in Marketing Cloud. The first one is all about welcoming or onboarding a new customer. So this is Journey Builder live, and you can see on the left-hand side, these are all the different ways we can communicate with customers. So we can send them emails, mobile messages, we can target them with social ads. We've also got a ton of great testing tools. Marketers love to do A/B testing. We love to test and understand what content's performing, what channels are performing well. And with Journey Builder, we can even do really great things like wait and see what kind of behavior a customer takes with the marketing communication before we market to them again. And then here's all of our Sales and Service Cloud objects. We have tasks, we have leads, cases. We can add all of these different objects directly into a customer journey as well. Now, before I dig into this journey, I just want to mention two things that are really important to marketers. You can see here that every journey has an entry event. So something has to kick that journey off into action. And in this particular case, when a customer signs up to receive our marketing newsletter, this is going to trigger a journey into action. And right below that, we also have a goal. So Rob mentioned analytics and data-driven marketers. That's really important to us at Salesforce. We want to be able to track our progress and understand how our campaigns are performing over time. So Journey Builder keeps track of how we're doing and lets us know when we're getting close to reaching our goal. So as I mentioned, what kicks this journey off in motion is when a customer signs up to get our marketing newsletter. So the first thing we do is send them a welcome email. Thanks so much. And hey, would you like to complete a profile with us so we can better understand who you are as a customer? So we send them this great email, and you can see the preview of the email here. Now, if that wasn't the right email, or if I wanted to switch emails, I could do that right here in Journey Builder as well. So we've sent this email out, and it would be a marketer's dream if everyone got that one email and completed their profile. But I think we're savvy enough marketers in this room to know that sometimes it takes more than one communication to get a customer to take the action you'd like. So that's the power of Journey Builder. We can wait and see how a customer behaves. So if the customer does go ahead and complete the profile, we'll be able to exit them out of this journey, send them a thank you email, and exit them out and enter them into a new journey. That's fantastic. Now, what about those customers who don't sign up and complete a profile? Well, we can actually add a random split here, which is one of our testing tools, and we can customize it any way we like. We have a 3-way split here, but we can optimize that for whatever works. And now we can target 3 segments of our audience with different types of messages on different channels. So we can send a mobile message, we can send them a push message through our app, and we can also target them with a personalized social ad. So they'll get a social ad in their feed that's very relevant and personalized to them. So it's pretty cool. So I want to show you one more journey that takes us back to that customer service, Service Cloud piece that I mentioned. So as you can see, for us, customer care and customer service is super important. We want to make sure customers are having an amazing experience with our brand. So if they have a customer care case, we want to take it a step further. So let me show you this customer survey journey that we've created. So in this particular case, what triggers this journey into motion is when a customer care case is closed. So when the case closes, we want to make sure that our customer care agents have done the best job possible. So the case closing will trigger a journey and send an email to customers asking them to complete a survey about their customer service experience. Now, if the customer fills out that survey and they had a great experience, fantastic. We'll exit them out of that journey and continue marketing to them as we would. But what about customers who complete the survey and they say, you know what, it wasn't the best experience? Well, we want to make that right. So every time a customer completes a survey and we don't get a glowing customer care review, what we're going to do is we're going to actually add a case into this journey, and we will reopen the case in Service Cloud, and a customer care representative will contact them to understand how we could better serve them in the future or make that problem right. So that's a pretty cool example about how we can take customer data from anywhere, even Service and Sales Cloud, and add it into customer journeys. Back to you, Rob.
Great. Thanks a lot, Sarah. Great demo. Yeah, seriously. And for the nice people at the back, too. Thank you. All right. So we've talked about why Marketing Cloud. We talked about what Marketing Cloud's trying to achieve with its customers. And we talked about what's in Marketing Cloud. We're going to spend the next 15 minutes or so to bring us home talking about how customers like you are using the Marketing Cloud to achieve that. And to do that, we're doing it by looking at it at the stages of a customer's journey, going from awareness to acquisition to onboarding, engagement, and advocacy. So getting started, the very first one is awareness. And to talk about awareness, we're going to talk about advertising. For those of us who are marketers, advertising is kind of why a lot of us got into this business. That was our first experience. Whether you're young and you got it from Mad Men, or you're old like me and got it from Bewitched, the first marketer you heard about was typically somebody in the ad business. And it's still an amazing tool for marketers to create awareness, but increasingly, it's going from mass and untargeted to very targeted advertising. And this is what social media has brought to us. This is where ad tech has brought to us. So marketers have moved past that. And a marketer that's doing an amazing job at personalized advertising is McDonald's. We all know what McDonald's advertising is like. Whether you remember Mayor McCheese or I'm Loving It, you have a memory of McDonald's awareness, advertising awareness. But McDonald's wants to do more, and they're using the Marketing Cloud to do that. And they want to create very, very personalized advertising based on data that they already know about their customers to achieve that. So you're probably thinking, like, what does McDonald's know about their customers? Like, what do they know about me as an individual human? Well, they keep all kinds of data around things like interactions. So if you interact with them on a Facebook page, whether you follow them on Twitter, whether you signed up for offers, they're keeping that information and to be able to understand who you are, to be able to provide better marketing. So here's a great campaign that they've just finished. In San Diego, they're rolling out these things called custom tastes at McDonald's. I don't know if you have them up here, but it's really cool. There's these little kiosks you can go in and you can customize your sandwich. I want this type of bun, this type of topping, right up my alley. And you can build it together and build this great story. But they knew they wanted to get the word out and create awareness with this. So the first thing is, who are the people that I want to be aware of this first? People who are already engaged with me and people who are fans of my business are the first people I want to advertise. So they put that in their campaigns in the Marketing Cloud. These very specific group of people who I know are going to who I'm going to target. But then, who looks like these people? What's the lookalike audience for these people that I can add to this campaign? So McDonald's ran that, and what they got was a 5 times the amount of engagement on that campaign than they do off of normal campaigns. I think that's an amazing story. But it's not just for marketers like McDonald's. We ran a program recently, a test with Facebook. And what we wanted to figure out is what happens when you coordinate the creative on email at the same time as you do it with Facebook ads. So using the Marketing Cloud, we serve very specific Facebook ads to customers who we already knew, right, that are in our system of record, and we also sent them the same type of creative via email. And what that did is it gave us a 22% increase in email conversion versus not having that coordinated. So that's ROI that every customer can use. So moving along our wheel, the next one is acquisition. Acquisition as marketers, at the end of the day, I think that's how a lot of us get recognized and get rewarded or not. An email is a pillar of customer acquisition, but it's really changed. If you think about back in 10, 15 years ago of email, how we measured our success was really campaign orientated. Is my list growing? How is the performance of that campaign? What it's moved on to, and the marketers we talk to, they're really concerned about how email is impacting the revenue that they're generating for their organization. And one of the best ways that they're doing that is by how they're generating more revenue through their email is by delivering super targeted, personalized emails to their customers. A company who does a great job of this is Rue La La. If you don't know who Rue La La is, they're an online fashion retailer, and it's a membership only. So they're sending you email that are fresh new things, fresh new looks, fresh new clothes. But they're also a really small team. They're a smaller company and they're a small team. So how are they achieving a level of personalization, who they know, which they know will give them better results with a small team? Well, they're using the Marketing Cloud to be able to take that customer data, personalize those emails, and all doing it with a smaller team where they can create really, really creative, compelling emails easy. In general, email is a great piece of ROI for marketers. There's an industry stat that for every dollar spent on email marketing, they get $42 in return. So I think you're hard-pressed as marketers to find that kind of ROI outside of email. All right, the next one, onboarding. Onboarding is one of those ones where I got to be honest, as my 15-year marketing career, I didn't talk about it a lot. It was one of those things where you kind of knew it happened, but maybe I would stuff a brochure or a user's manual in the back of something. Maybe I'd create this hidden part of my website that had information on how to use my product. But what marketers are now doing are creating incredible personal one-to-one interactions to help their customers on board. But they're also doing it to create a better customer experience for people who've already purchased something. And I'll tell you a great story of someone who's doing it. If you have kids, I have 3, everybody knows Mattel. Even if you don't have kids, at one part of your life, you have played with a Hot Wheel or a Barbie or some Fisher-Price toys. If you go buy a Hot Wheel and you bring that home to your house and you flip it over, there's a QR code on the back of it, and there's a clear call to action to download a mobile app. You download that mobile app and you scan that QR code, it unlocks the exact car that you and your child are playing with digitally. And you're able to play with it, you can race it virtually just as you're racing in your kitchen. That is an amazing onboarding experience for the customer because you're getting more value out of their purchasing. But for Mattel, it creates a one-to-one relationship with me. And it's triggered based upon a behavior that I did. The behavior was not only did I purchase it, but I'm playing with it and activate it, and that gives me an opportunity to engage with them in the future. What we hear from customers is that by doing these triggered messages based on the moment they're doing something, we get 152% higher click-through rates than you would if you weren't doing triggered messages. All right, getting near the end of the wheel, bringing us around. Next one is engage. We talked a lot at the beginning of this presentation about channels. Engage on this channel, that channel, all this cross-channel stuff. But another way to make engagement better and where marketers are getting is around how you use predictive intelligence to do better engagement with your customers. So it used to be that you did disconnected campaigns. I think that you're going to be interested in this because Memorial Day is coming up, and I'm going to send you this generic Memorial Day message, where I could really do things like send you something based on your behavior, which would be more relevant and more targeted to you. The company who does an amazing job of this is Room and Board. Room and Board is a home furnishings retailer. But you know what? Rather than me tell their story, I'm going to let them tell you yourself.
The most exciting thing about retail today is the creativity you get to have in thinking about how to connect the digital and the physical worlds. And what's that exciting place where it's seamless? The customer is the customer. They don't care if they're shopping in a store or the web or calling you on the phone. They are the same person, and it's really important that you know that.
We're all about helping consumers create a space that is enjoyable as a reflection of who they are.
And we're doing that through the idea that the customer wants to feel like we know them all the way through the process.
I mean, you got 30,000 people on your site at any given time, and you got 30,000 different reasons why they're there. So how can we take all these visitors and make it relevant down to that one customer?
We want to help create the perfect home for you. And that's different than the perfect home for someone else.
We're not about being the biggest, but we want to be the best.
The Salesforce Marketing Cloud has allowed us to take that connection you have in a brick and mortar store and apply it to a digital world, and that's just the magic. It's super fun to do.
Every Monday morning, it's predicting what we should deliver to our consumer based on their behavior.
All of the email programs are sent out by the Marketing Cloud without us ever thinking about it.
That's the beautiful thing about Salesforce. We're no longer saying, hey, I'll create a list, and I'm going to send it to these people. We're letting the data decide that for us.
Our entire database of customers and their purchasing decisions are being funneled into that. It's effortless.
Not only that, the predictive intelligence that we're doing with our product recommendations, it's like our silent design associate.
Tailoring our communications and our abilities to reach out to you based on what you're doing at that moment.
Then that customer moves from our website to our store, and it's a shared experience. And that information is being used for the next customer that's browsing those similar items.
So we're getting a holistic view of the customers who bought that sofa and what they bought with it, which is why the recommendations are so good.
We're actually introducing items to the customer they didn't even think they needed. And every day, that machine learning is getting smarter. Every day, we're delighting our customer.
It's given us more opportunities and more ways to enhance and deepen the relationship with those customers in a very personal way. The impact of the Salesforce Marketing Cloud has been a higher average order value.
It's 40% higher in the web. It's 60% higher in the store.
The first day, people were buying things direct and we're like, what? They're doing that?
They're walking in the store already anticipating that they're going to buy that sofa and that lamp. So they're really completing that space.
The data just keeps getting better and better, and the results just keep getting better and better.
Our conversions are up like 600%.
The numbers don't lie. It's a marketing tool we can't do without.
It's almost unbelievable.
The success is doing this.
Our ROI is pushing 2,800%. 2,800%. I mean, that's phenomenal.
It just works. It just works.
We wouldn't be able to do any of that unless we had the Salesforce Marketing Cloud in place.
Although we want to monetize and have ROI, the more important piece to us is our customers are getting the best possible information. We know you do the right thing, the sales come.
great. There's two things I take from that video. One, they look like a lot of fun to work with, really passionate marketers. The second thing is the results. 40% better sales online and 60% better in the store. That's a great example of ROI from the Marketing Cloud. So there we go, making behavior-based decisions. Sorry, my apologies. So it's not just companies like Room and Board who are seeing results like that. Customers who are using customer behavior and doing predictive and behavior-based decisions are seeing a 25% increase in their conversion rates by using the Marketing Cloud. I think this is a huge opportunity that I think a lot of marketers will be looking at. So how easy is this to do? Let me invite Sarah up, and she's going to take you through and show you how easy it is to do this in your own business. Sarah, come on up.
Thanks, Rob. So we just heard from Room and Board. So now I want to show you in the Marketing Cloud how they're actually doing those great programs that they spoke about in the video. So here we are on the Room and Board site, and full disclosure, I actually just bought a new sofa from Room and Board. And because I did that, they know my past purchase history with them, and they know that I'm not going to buy a new sofa every week. That'd be a little bit crazy. But they know that I might need some other things to go with my room to complete it. So turns out I was looking to get a new chair. Now that I have that new sofa home, my existing chair doesn't look so great next to the new sofa. So I'm back on the Room and Board site browsing chairs that might go with my new sofa. And I see a few that I like, so I click in on this particular chair. And as you can see, when we scroll down onto their site, they're already starting to recommend other products that I might like. So by using the Marketing Cloud, every click I make on their site makes the experience more personalized and more engaging for me. So then I click into this next chair. I think, you know what, that's pretty nice. And then I scroll down, and they've made a recommendation of this blue chair, and I really like that one, so I actually click in. And within just a few clicks, the Room and Board site has really started to predict and personalize my browsing experience. So I'm not going to buy the chair right now, though. I think I'm going to think on it a little bit before I make another large furniture purchase. So the team at Room and Board knows that, but they don't want me to forget about the great chairs that they're recommending. So let me show you. Now we're back in the Marketing Cloud, and I'm going to show you how they build these profiles for their customers and start to use that information. So here's my profile on the Room and Board site, or on the Marketing Cloud, and you can see there's the couch that I bought. Looks good. And then there's those chairs that I was just viewing on the website. And with this information, they're starting to create a profile for me with my affinities, my likes, my dislikes. They're understanding what I've purchased, what colors I like, what styles of furniture I like. And they can start to predict and make recommendations to me to help me with my shopping experience online and in store. So now that they have this profile built for me, I'm going to show you how they use that to build a really personalized, customized email for me. So here's the template for the Room and Board email, the Complete the Room. This is sort of the standard template they use for all of the emails. But now what they're going to do is, using Marketing Cloud, they add in some of that predictive content, sort of the magical element that makes it a personalized experience. And it's as simple as dragging over a reference item into the email, drag and drop technology. And there's that blue chair that I really liked, so that image is really going to resonate with me. And then they actually add one more personalized block to the email. They drag over the predictive content. And this is really that predictive recommendations that they were making to me on the website. So when I open that email, I'm going to see those chairs that I was just browsing to help keep that top of mind and help encourage me to make that purchase. Now, this email looks great on the screen now, but I actually want to show you what it looks like on my iPhone. As you know, a lot of us open our emails on our phone first. Here you can see the email optimized for mobile. Looks fantastic. There's the chairs that I was browsing, and it looks really great. Now, that's the email I got. Now, Liz, I know that you got an email from Room and Board recently as well, but I think yours looks totally different than mine.
Sarah, and actually, I'm going to pull it up right now. And if you take a peek, you'll notice that I've been shopping for patio furniture. I'm really over this snowy weather, and I'm ready to have some barbecues. So I've been looking at some umbrellas, and my email is completely different and personalized to me. I think I'm going to get this red one, so get excited for the barbecues you're going to be invited to soon.
Fantastic, Liz. That looks great. I think the red one would totally suit your patio as well. So as you can see, Room and Board's taking all that information on the customer, creating that amazing profile, and then using it to create personalized one-to-one customer journeys using the Marketing Cloud. Pretty amazing stuff. Back to you, Rob.
Thanks a lot, Sarah. Thanks a lot, Liz. So hopefully I get invited to Sarah and Liz's for a barbecue. Maybe, maybe not. See how I end this up. So we're on our last stop. If we do everything right as a marketer, if we acquire our customers in a meaningful, respectful way, if we engage with our customers on the channels they want us to engage on, if we create these personalized experience, we'll achieve advocacy for our customers. And that's where we want to get as marketers. What better recommendation than from a customer recommending to another customer your product, your service, and your business? Advocacy happens a lot on social media. But historically, social media has been kind of isolated and siloed away from the rest of marketing and service and sales. So with the Marketing Cloud, we're bringing that all together on a platform, and we're connecting social with the rest of the experience. So really great example, company called Alex and Ani. They're a jewelry and accessories company. They're both online and retail. You can walk up Newbury Street, hang a right, 5 blocks. They're right there. You can go check them out. And what they're doing is amazing stuff on social. They listen broadly for all kinds of conversations about their business and their brand. And they're really leaders in this, of finding not just conversations with advocates who they thank and like to keep the advocacy going, but making sure that the ones that need some help, whether they're a service-related or a support-related one, gets sent to the right people. And they do it automatically by sending that to Service Cloud. Why that matters is because the people who are best suited to solve that problem for them are working in Service Cloud. So the marketers and the customer service people are all connected together across the customer success platform. Of course, if they want to do marketing on social, they can publish across all those social channels, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and so on. But they're doing some great things with customer service. And if you're not thinking about social customer service as part of your overall strategy on social, you really should, because 67% of consumers have posted a social issue to a brand's page. So bringing it home. Quick little reminder of what we talked about. We talked about how McDonald's is using personalized advertising for awareness. We talked about how Rue La La is creating beautiful, compelling email campaigns. We talked about how Mattel creates this amazing post-purchase onboarding experience for their customers. And we talked about how Room and Board are offering suggestions and intelligence in their marketing. And then we brought it all home with Alex and Ani doing great things with their customers on social. If you like these kinds of stories, if you like talking about marketing and talking to marketers like you, we'd love for you to join us at Connections in Atlanta. So in a mere short 4 or 5 weeks, you can meet all kinds of great people just like you, hundreds of sessions, hundreds of speakers, all one place. Plus, you might get to hang around with Sarah, Danny, and Megan and I. We promise it'll be a good time. But we'll really dig deep in these, and it's all about marketing and marketers, and not just consumer. B2B, healthcare, everything under the sun. So with that, thank you so much for joining us. We love feedback at Salesforce on how we do. If you go fill out your survey at the front of the registration desk, you get this very cool Boston t-shirt that we don't get. We had to pretend we were one of you to get one. Shh, don't tell anybody, but do that. So with that, thank you so much, and hopefully we'll see you at the reception tonight. Thanks so much, everybody.